Alright, so here's the video for Excel number 3, the mortgage worksheet. Step 1 says basically to enter all the information in those cells that are on your paper, so I'm going to do that right now. A1 says mortgage, and it's all capital. Mortgage calculation table. A4, house price. A5, down payment. A6, amount borrowed. A8, monthly payments. A9, total amount paid. A12, breakdown of payment. A13, payment period. A14, principal paid. A15, interest paid. So principal, that's basically you're putting money directly towards the cost of the house. The interest, that's money that you pay to the bank because of the loan you have for the mortgage. So D6 says interest rate. D7, years. D8, payment periods. E4, terms of. And E5, loan. And E9, parentheses, months. Now what I'm going to do before I do step 2 is I'm going to expand this column here. Expand these so that they can actually fit in the column widths. Alright, so step 2, bold the text in cells A1. So it's pretty easy. I'm just going to click A1, go up here to bold. Alright, it makes it darker. A12, bold. E4, bold. And E5, bold. Center the text in cells E4 and E5, so it's these. So I'm going to click on those, and right up here at the top, center. It centers them in the cell. It says format numbers in cells B4 through B9 to show dollars and cents. So B4 is right here, so I'm going to left click, hold down, and just drag down to B9. So I've got those selected. Right click, format cells. And I want currency, which means money. 2 decimal places, dollar sign, and I'm going to use the third one. I know it says negative on your sheet, but use the third one, it'll be fine. So now when I type numbers in there, it'll automatically have dollar sign for you. You don't have to type it in. Repeat steps 1 to 7 for B14 and B15. So I'm just going to select these, right click, format cells, currency, third option, done. Format cell E6 to show percent. E6. So I'm going to right click, format cells, percentage, 2 decimal places, press OK. So step 6 is done. I'm going to flip it over. Go to step 7. So it says enter the information. So in B4, 95,000. Go down to B5, 2,000. Notice it automatically puts dollar signs in. B13, 100. E6, 0.09, which will be 9%. And E7, 15 years. 15 years. So step 8, E8. So right here I'm going to do equals E7 times, which is shift 8, 12. This is taking 15 years times 12 months.
Emily Chase, to report to the office. Emily Chase to the office, please.
Sorry about the announcements. I'm working before homeroom here. So B6 says to enter equals B4 minus B5. Enter. And then B8 equals PMT, parenthesis, E6 divided by 12, comma, E8, comma, minus negative B6, close parenthesis. B9 equals B8 times E8. Enter. Now, if you get a bunch of hashtags, number signs here, that is because if I move this over, it doesn't fit in the cell. So if you go up to the top and double click, now it'll all fit. You won't have those. You'll actually have the number. So I'm on B14 equals PPMT, parenthesis, E6 divided by 12, comma, B13, comma, E8, comma, minus B6, close parenthesis, enter. And then interest, B15, I'm going to do equals IPMT, which stands for interest payment. E6 divided by 12, comma, B13, comma, E8, comma, minus E6, close parenthesis. There we go. So your spreadsheet should look like the one below, which is basically what's on the screen here. The last steps just say to change some of the numbers in here to see what would happen. So I'm going to do that real quick. So yours should look like this. If yours looks like this, you put in all the formulas. All right, the formula should show up here. If you just type in 428.29 and I go up here, if it says 428.29 at the top in the formula bar, then you're going to have to redo it. All right, so you have to put in the formulas or else you're going to get them all wrong. So let's just say we change this to $200,000. So watch what happens now for the amount borrowed, total paid, monthly payments, and the principal and interest. Watch what happens to all of these right here. Goes way up, which makes sense, right? Your house price goes up, your monthly payment's going to go up, the amount you owed goes up, amount borrowed. So if you borrow $198,000 over the course of 15 years, you're going to end up paying $361,000 for that house. So it's better to put more money down and take out less of a loan so you don't have to pay as much back like that. And then let's say you want to change 9% to 5.05%. You'll notice that monthly payments go down, principal, interest go down. So your interest rate, you want a lower interest rate. 15-year mortgage is one of the common ones. 30 years is typical if you're a first-time home buyer. So if I put 30 years in, watch what happens to these, especially the monthly payment. $1,500 right now goes down about $500 a month because you drag out the loan an extra 15 years. So that's really all it wanted you to do, is just change some of those. You can change the down payment. If you make it higher, your payments will be less, and so forth. So I'll end up doing that, making sure everything's right. So you just need to go back and keep it at 95,000. All right, you don't need to change it, but that's it for Excel number 3.